Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for being with us here on cricketnext.com. I'm Shivani Gupta and joining me is none other than former KKR captain Eoin Morgan, who's also the IPL expert on Geo Cinema. You can of course catch all the action free on Geo Cinema as far as the IPL is concerned. So Eoin, thanks a lot for speaking to us. How are you enjoying the IPL so far?
Hi, Shivani. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, obviously, from a different perspective this time
Mm.
around. But since I've retired, I've thoroughly enjoyed the commentary aspect of things. Being in India now just offers a different angle, and working with Geo Cinema, just sort of being blown away both with the outreach that they've had across 12 languages and the fact that it's readily available for free, like you mentioned, in 4K. So it's been a brilliant start to the tournament from a fan's perspective. So that bodes well.
Yeah. We see you're enjoying yourself a lot. There's a lot of banter going on as far as your dugout is concerned. Who's the most fun to be with? I'm guessing it's going to be the man from West Indies. As far as your commentating colleagues are concerned. Okay, looks like we're getting some problems. We're facing some issues as far as Owen's link is concerned. I can see that he's just joining us back. Owen, can you hear me fine?
Yes, I can, Shivani.
Yeah, no, I was just asking that it looks like you guys are having a great time as far as the Geo Cinema team is concerned. Who's the most fun to be with? At least from the outside, it looks like the man from the big man universe boss himself.
Yeah, he's a great guy to be around. Obviously, very charismatic, but great fun as well. All of the other expert insiders have been fantastic fun. Teaming up with Brett Lee again. I had 3 years at the Calcutta Knight Riders with him. I played under Anil for RCB. I played with Graham Swan for England, Scott Styris from Middlesex. So it's been fantastic just to bounce ideas around, from different people as well, but high quality, I suppose, banter and conversation.
No, absolutely. You should be right at home given your relationships with a lot of these other geocinema experts. I want to begin by taking your take on something we've witnessed this season. And as every season of the IPL, you have that one breakthrough innings or that one breakthrough young batter, bowler. And that has been from your former team, KKR, this time around. Of course, we've heard of Rinku Singh before. He's been with the KKR for 6 years. But this time around, with his 5 sixes of the last 5 balls, he just took the world by storm. Your thoughts on Rinku's batting so far?
Yeah, it was just the most incredible innings, the most incredible over. And many people are trying to be funny about it, saying the most valuable run in that over was the first one to get Rinku on strike, which is quite funny, really. But Rinku Singh's a guy who I loved having around the squad in my time at Calcutta. And he's just a guy that just continues to give to the team and has been unlucky over the years with injury. I know he's rehabbed his knee really well after his operation a couple of years ago and has been fighting hard to get back into the side. And, last year he had some breakthrough innings, but this is just absolutely blew everybody away. To hit 5 consecutive sixes to get your team over the line in an IPL game is just absolutely incredible. And for me, there are now 2 kings of Kolkata. It's King Khan and King Rinku.
All right. Speaking of the KKR, what do you make of how well Nitish Rana is handling the captaincy role that has come his way, not in the best of circumstances? How do you think he's, handling the team so far?
I think he's handled it really well, and it's not that surprising, to be honest. He has captained before in Delhi a number of years ago. And just knowing him and how he works around the change room, he's taking everything in his stride. And that's not necessarily always easy thing to do, given the injuries that they've had. They've been under pressure from the very start of the tournament, just simply down to they're very small playing squad. I know they've brought Jason Roy in to strengthen things. You can understand if things didn't start as well as they'd like. But I think you're always looking for insights into how a team is going or how the change room is going. And I think the report that I can see from the outside is that it's going incredibly well, because the performances that they're being put in aren't necessarily from their big guns. Varun Chakravarti had a low par season last year. He's bounced back beautifully. And the likes of Venkatesh Iyer has come back in, performed really, really well. And then we see Rinku Singh, be catapulted into the limelight in front of everybody. And it's great to see, that the likes of Andre Russell, so Sunil Ryan is just ticking along. Nitish himself is just ticking along. So they are the big performers within the side. They haven't yet, taken center stage, but the team is propelling things. I suppose you can't really leave Shardul Thakur out of the equation either, given his individual performance. So things are looking really good for KKR.
Can I ask you a question though? Do you think the KKR side would be better off just letting Nitish Rana continue now as the captain?
Instead of who?
Instead of Shreyas, even if he was to come back.
I think Shreyas will, if he is to come back, I don't know when he's coming back, but he is due at some stage. I expect him to come straight back into the leadership role. I believe, over the years, the most successful side, and that includes KKR. You go CSK, you go MI. The one thing they all do is instill trust and in people, and allow them to bring their energy when it comes to leadership. Allow them to have their own space. And I've no doubt that Shreyas will take over as soon as he gets back. But Nita, you can never have enough leaders in a changing room. And in that changing room at the moment, there are young leaders standing up, which is great to see. And I'm sure Shreyas is delighted sitting back and watching.
Yeah, true. I do want to ask you, just generally speaking, of the impact player rule of the IPL. There's been a little bit of criticism of it, or the fact that, we're not really seeing it making that big of a difference. Is it that the teams are not making use of this new innovation, or do you feel that this is a needless innovation to begin with?
No, I really like the innovation. I think it brings even bigger element of skill to every game. And I think probably the sides that have used it the best is probably, you see Amit Mishra come in, bowl his overs, then come off the field. The skill that he's bringing to those 4 overs enhances his team's performance. Last night, we saw Piyush Chawla come in and, perform. I can't remember if he was an impact player. I think he was, just from memory. But that sort of impact in the game enhances the result and performance of the game, which makes it a bigger spectacle. I think sides that have got it wrong have tried to overthink things. In order to earn the right for your impact player to have a big impact, you need to start playing well in the game.
And one final question about some of the other innovations, whether it's DRS for wide or no balls, strategic timeouts. There's been a little bit of criticism of how long each game is taking. Do you think, given this is the IPL and T20 cricket, there is a premium on finishing in a stipulated time? Do you think that from the fans' point of view, that's going to be very crucial?
Yeah, here I think T20 cricket is at the forefront of cricket's innovation regardless. I think all of the innovations this year have been excellent. They've added clarity. They haven't necessarily added speed, but you need to balance, the introducing something new and getting it right. If that takes a little bit of extra time in getting it right, that time is worth it, because in 10 more games time, that will speed up because there's clarity in getting it right and everybody becomes better at what they're doing. But certainly bringing more technology into the game, I think, is really good thing, as long as it's used in the right way, which I think it is being at the moment.
All right. Eoin, thanks a lot for speaking to us. We look forward to hearing you on Geo Cinema for the rest of the IPL, and enjoy your time.
Thanks, Shivani. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was Eoin Morgan speaking exclusively to cricketnext.com. Interesting take there as far as both the impact player and some of the other innovation interventions in the IPL is concerned. So his point of view is that he likes all of these innovations, and T20 has to be at the forefront of these innovations. And it takes a little bit of time to streamline everything, but eventually it will. All right, on that note, time for me to take your leave. Keep watching out for more exclusive interviews and IPL analysis on cricketnext.com.